Hey, hello, Sia.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. It's Friday.
Friday
And
is
yes,
God's day. I always
Friday
say
is God's day.
Friday
And
is
today
God's
is a
day.
gorgeous, gorgeous day.
It
I mean,
is.
the weather, looking outside, it's beautiful. And I am ecstatic about today's topic.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I am really, really happy about us being able to discuss this topic today. And today's topic, you want to take it?
How are you showing up?
How are you
So
showing
how
up?
did we show up?
How did we show up? I love that. How did we
Okay.
show up? How are you showing up in life?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a very big topic, and we believe that presenting yourself in life involves more than just your physical appearance.
Okay.
It encompasses how you carry yourself, how you interact with others, and how you approach various situations. By presenting yourself with confidence, grace, and a heart focused on honoring God, you can navigate life with a deep sense of purpose and positivity, making a meaningful impact to those around you.
Wow.
Yeah, how you show up. How you show up is not just about how you look, how you dress. It's the totality.
The embodiment of yourself, right?
Perfect. The embodiment of yourself, the image that you present.
Inside out.
Inside and out.
Okay.
You know, and we're talking about image in sense of both verbal and nonverbal image. When people look at you,
Okay.
what do they see when you open your mouth? What are they thinking? What are they perceiving? So yeah, this is what we're really talking about today, and how, most importantly, how that makes you a light. Because as children of God, we are the light of the world. We're here to represent God's love, God's light. And how are you doing that? How are you showing up to be the light that you've been created to be?
Wow.
Yep.
Well, as we dive in, it says the first thing we're going to talk about confidence and humility. You know, they go hand in hand. It's like yin and yang. Confidence
Yin and yang.
and yang.
Yep.
So confidence allows you to tackle challenges. Okay, but it doesn't stop there. With assurance, while humility keeps you grounded and makes you continue to be open to learn.
Yes.
It's a continual process. It doesn't stop. So when we say we are confident, you see some people are just confident and proud.
Yep.
And it stinks.
Really?
You don't want to be around them. And sometimes some people, even kids, know who is proud. That's what I've come to realize. Even the 10-year-olds, they cannot, maybe they'll not use those words, but they know. So how do we balance being confident but also being humble? And then we continue. It says in Philippians 4:13, it says, I can do all things. And I know you know this Bible verse. Through him who strengthens me.
Yep.
Through Christ. But if I can do all things through me, then I'm going to fall.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be proud. Because Sia can do all things. Lara can do all things. But because we are who we are, children of God.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry. Through him, that's why we are sitting down here talking to you today.
Yes.
Through him, because he has given us the open window in this good day, in this great day, to be confident, but still to be humble. We are humble that even you are coming out there, you're taking your time to even listen to us. We are humble that we get all the messages and we receive your messages. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always showing up. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for always cheering us on. So we are confident that the message that God has given to us is not just our message, right, Lara?
No.
It's God's message.
It's God's
It's
message.
his word in us that he has placed for us to be confident enough, yet humble, as we tell about this great thing, this great aspect in life that we have to just embrace as we continue. So with that, it says we have to continue. Humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life. So when you're being humble, when you remain humble, you're going to continue to be rich. Rich is not just money.
Yes.
Rich in health.
Yep.
Rich
Say
in
that again.
Rich in health.
Rich. I think health. Good health is the greatest gift.
The greatest
because
gift.
it's almost impossible to enjoy anything in this life without the health. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you didn't interrupt.
That riches. I love how you mentioned in riches, because you're explaining that it's not just monetary.
It's not
being happy, being joyful, just even having a roof over your head.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Riches everywhere, even in the good relationships you have, the great people you have in your life.
Yep.
You know, there's no way you say somebody is rich and you just think that it's monetary riches. Oh, their wealth is just... No, they're even wealthy even in their knowledge, in their wisdom. They are wealthy even in the things they do, in their thought process. Because why? Their minds are stayed upon God, because they trust in Him.
That.
So tell us more, Lara.
You did a fantastic topic.
Thank you.
A good job explaining the confidence and humility. The only thing I want to add is, with confidence in life, when you find yourself in a certain situation and you're not confident, let me just put it that way, you're not confident, you remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, because people will sense your lack of confidence. And honestly, I'll be personal here, I have been in certain places and in certain positions where I felt like, wow, am I worthy to be here? Am I deserving of being here? And the lack of, that kind of like that doubt you're having in yourself starts to shake up your confidence, and then it shows. And you always have to remember that as a child of God, if God positions you in a place, you have to exude the confidence necessary to be able to function in that capacity that God has placed you, and not doubt yourself, because if you were not meant to be there in the first place, you wouldn't be there. So
say it again.
If you were not meant to be there in the first place, you're not going to be there.
Repeat it again.
If you were not meant to be there in the first place, you will not be there. But the moment you find yourself in that position, whatever position it is that you feel like, and you're having some sort of an imposter syndrome or whatever, you say to yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am worthy to be here. My Father has placed me here for a reason, and I'm going to function in my God's strength to do whatever it is that I have been assigned to do. But then going back to the humility, so it's a fine balance, and this is where you have to check yourself, and you don't let the arrogance come in, and you're not full of yourself. You're not,
do it.
I've arrived. I'm here.
Yeah.
Check me out.
Check us out.
None of that.
See us?
You still have to keep yourself grounded in the humility that is the fear of God, knowing that you're in the place that you are because God is allowing it. God is giving you the grace, and that without God, you're not going to be there. Going back to what you were saying about the health, there are many people, through my personal career, I have experienced I've had the experience of taking care of people who are very wealthy, and it really struck me one day that even with all this wealth, all this money, all this position, without the health, it means nothing. And it really humbles you. So even if God elevates you and you have that confidence, always keep yourself grounded, knowing that I'm here because my God allows it.
That's it.
Yep.
Wow. Well said.
Thank you.
Let's go to the next one.
So the next step is authenticity.
Great.
I love Sia. Sia is very authentic.
Thank you.
I love my Sia. My Sia always has a flower in her hair. Being authentic means being yourself and not trying to conform to standards, and being other people, and not being apologetic for who you are, what you stand for, your ideas, your everything, your ideologies, your beliefs, your values. You have to be yourself, because authenticity fosters genuine connections with others, and it builds trust. The Bible says in Galatians 1:10, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I will not be a servant of Christ.
Well said.
Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Who are you trying to please? You have to be yourself. You have to be your complete self all the time. You don't have to look a certain way. People truthfully love authenticity, because when you look like everybody, when you do what everybody's doing, there's no differentiation.
But I have a question, Lara, to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Why when people say, oh, this is the culture here in this school in Harvard, this is our culture, this is the culture here, so if you come to Harvard you must learn their culture, and that's not where you're from. They don't do things like Harvard. How do we, because I'm hearing us saying authenticity is great, but also sometimes people get stuck in that. It's like a parallel where you cannot win but you need to win. Where they cannot, you know what I'm talking about. So how do you maneuver yourself and get to and remain who you are without others trying to just pull you into that, suck you in and change you?
Okay, yeah, I believe I clearly understand what you're saying. It's in, being who you are, and trying to accomplish the things you need to accomplish in when you're in an environment where people behave certain way, have certain ideals. See, honestly, I think it still goes back to being authentic, and it's kind of going to dive a little bit into our next topic of integrity.
Okay.
Is you still have to be yourself. People have to know what you stand for.
Okay.
If everybody is going right, they have to be able to say, oh no, Sia is not going to go left. I have people in my personal circle, in my family, that we all know that, oh, that person, no, that person is not doing that. So even within the culture, when you take a stand and people know that this is who you are and these are the things that you won't do, that there's some sort of an expectation, or you're in some way predictable.
Okay.
I think you still would be able to rise.
Okay.
The most important thing really is your integrity. You have to be able to maintain your integrity, and I'll just go into it. Where, integrity is letting your actions align with your belief. Integrity speaks volumes about your character.
Yes.
It earns respect from others. The Bible says in Proverbs 10:9, whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked path will be found out eventually. So integrity is something that is very, very big. You have to do the things that you say you would do and mean it. And going back a little bit into the authenticities, you have to be yourself. You don't want to project an image of something you're not, and then people have an expectation and you're not able to meet that expectation, or you really so those two things, authenticity and integrity, kind of go hand in hand. For me, because people have to, it has to be a case of what you see is what you get. This is me.
Okay.
There is no other form of me.
Okay.
I don't have a different personality. I don't have multiple like, this is it.
That's it.
So those two things, and people have to know when once you take a stand with your actions, that this is the kind of person that will do this, and this is the kind of person that wouldn't do that.
I like that. I like the way you shine light on that, and how you just showed that they both work hand in hand. When you have integrity, you remain authentic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your yes is yes and your no is no.
Yes.
At the end of the day, when you say I am here, you are here. At the end of the day, no matter what, you're not going to transform and change to the craze, to the new fads that are out there. Because a lot of them.
Yes.
I told everybody when we started Arise Boldly that the contouring and the face.
Oh, it's big.
Like,
it's all over social media. Everybody's like,
exactly. I'm sorry, I'm doing it too, and
everybody wants to slim
I'm seeing some of the things even the kids do now. I'm like, what are you doing? They're like jawline. So
and it's problematic, because now everybody wants to have.
Everybody wants to look like everybody.
And when you look at Sia is like naturally gifted. I tell her all the time, but if your face is round, your face is round.
Okay, next topic. Dress appropriately. Your choice of clothing reflects your respect for yourself and others. Dress appropriately for every and all situations and occasions. It's very, very important. And also the Bible says in Ephesians 6:11, put on the full armor of God so you can stand against the devil's schemes. Be, in brackets I said, be prepared at all times. Then somebody will be like, what does that mean? Meaning be ready, be dressed in your mind. How am I going to carry myself? How do I want them to to welcome me? What message am I trying to send out there? There's no way we can come here with half shoulders and straps showing. Like, that's bedroom outfit right there. You don't dress like that for something like this, because we are in your homes, we are in your lives, so we respect you, but mostly we respect God and we respect ourselves.
Yes.
So when you, as a child of God, when you show up, our outlook and our inward look also matters. So when we put on the armor of God, you have that in your mind, that I'm not ordinary, I'm not going by myself, because we've said it, he that is in me is greater, stronger, and mightier than he that is in the world, and through him we can do all things. So please be readily dressed.
Yeah, Sia, you said it very well.
Okay.
Dressing appropriately is very, very, very important. I know it's a common phrase, but it's true. You dress how you want to be addressed.
Okay. It's not that common. You need to say it again.
You dress how you want to be addressed.
Thank you.
It's unfortunate, but we live in maybe it's not unfortunate, that's just what it is. People are visual. When people see you, the moment a person sees you, or the moment you see a person, there's an image that is projected
in your mind, yes.
In your mind of that person. Not that you're judging their character or anything, but the moment you see a person, something about that person imprints in your brain. So you have to be very mindful of that, as a child of God, as someone who carries the light of God. You have to see yourself that way. That light has to show.
Wow.
That light has to show.
No matter what.
No matter what. Dressing, we're not here to tell people how to dress. We're not going to go into that topic. Whatever makes you feel
Maybe one day during summer we will.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Uh-huh.
But the most important thing is that the choice of your clothing reflects volumes about how you carry yourself and the kind of respect you have for yourself.
Yes.
But, Sia's already said it. We're going to live it there. But dress well.
Yes.
You can't want to go for an interview. Maybe not so much an interview. Just being around certain people, family, friends. You want to project an image. Whatever image that you have of yourself also has to be presented in how you dress yourself.
Perfect.
That's it.
Okay. The next one.
The next one is to speak with grace and kindness.
Nice.
This one is also very big in how you show up. Some people show up and they're like, yeah, like they open their mouth and like you're about to run, like thunder is about to just. Now you have to be mindful of how you speak to people.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was told me, and I know this is probably another very common saying, that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's just like I say, oh, Sia, hi, how are you?
I'm like, what's wrong with that?
Hi, Sia, how are you?
I'm like,
it's not what you say, it's
wrong?
how you say it. So you have to be very mindful to speak with grace, to speak with kindness, because truthfully, you don't know what people are going through on a daily basis. Someone may look
all put
together, they're happy, and then
but there's something
and then you just
inside, right?
Something's going on, and you just say something even jokingly, but you don't know what kind of effect what you just said to that person is going to have. So you have to be empathetic to people's emotions, even if you don't know what they are, even if they appear to be happy, joyful. The words that come out of your mouth has to be nothing but uplifting, kind, and purposeful to build in others. Your words have the power. Your words have power. So speak with grace and kindness, reflecting the love of Christ in your interactions. The Bible says in Colossians 4:6, let your conversations always be full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. You know, how you speak to people is also how you show up. You know, you go to the store, like when like, for example, in a place like New York, some people are not always very nice, and then you go to some other parts of the country and you sense the kindness. Everybody's just so nice, and you're like, oh wow, oh wow, why are you so nice to me? Because you're not so used to people being so nice, so kind, and being graceful. But show up that way. It would make a whole lot of difference in someone's life, especially if that person is going through something and you just happen to say, hi, how are you today? And that smile, you never know what impact it may have on them for the day.
Wow. Then when it says, let your conversations be seasoned with salt, let it be tasty, not bitter. We're so big on, let your conversations be tasty. Even if we have a conversation, we don't agree on something. When you leave the phone, you're not having that. Some people just know how to suck that joy, that color out of it, just zap you. And you're like, I thought this person, you can't put your finger on it. But you know that thing just took so much. There are so many things, myself and Lara, just the way we see things are different. But by the grace of God, He has brought us together to share the message, share His word lovingly with salt.
With salt.
Tasty.
And
make it nice, right?
Yes. I'm just going to say one more thing on this is, when you speak, try not to use so many negative words.
Yes.
Especially with your children. I have seen instances where parents would tell their children, you know, excuse me for these words, you know, are you stupid? Are you crazy? Shut up! Like, it's very inappropriate.
The parent need to punt when you step away and just calm yourself down.
Exactly.
It's called punting. You need to step back and punt.
Yes.
Because
especially using negative words on children.
Are you mad?
Are you mad? Are you crazy?
That's a curse.
You know,
words have life. You know something we don't pay attention to? Words have life. Every word we speak have life.
Yes.
Okay? Jesus said to the fig tree, let it wither from its root, because it did not produce the figs, on paraphrasing. When he came back, he saw that. And the Lord said, let there be light.
Yes.
Let there be. And he kept on creating. So every word that comes out of us is life.
Yes.
You don't speak. That's why I say some conversations. Listen, some phone calls don't answer. Some people don't speak to them.
Yeah.
Some people don't engage with them.
Yeah.
But thank you for shining light on that.
If they're going to get you to that point where you have
to
start using
Lara,
negative words.
if not even negative word, if they're going to get you in a place where you were not before you even call them.
They agitate you.
It's more than agitation. They pull something out in your person.
Yeah.
In your spirit. Have you spoken to somebody you're just grieved? You know, there are some things that just get us, some conversations that just get us just uneasy.
Yeah, they're very abrasive.
Toxic, abrasive. So you don't address your children. Those are the children you pray for.
Especially the children, because all of those words that you're saying to them, whether you want to believe it or not, they may be internalizing those words.
It's not maybe, they are.
You know, you're dumb, you're foolish,
so then the kid grows up with
imagine as an adult, if someone's telling you, saying those negative words to you, just negative words, period. As an adult, someone's saying it. So imagine how much more of an impact that would have on a child.
Now, when you're talking, all I see is the fish tank. So we go back to the fish tank, okay?
Right.
When they bring the new fish, the thing I've been seeing now, because now they have a castle. I'll do another picture so we can post it. But then the big fish will push the little fish into that castle, like for protection. And they are always around each other with their noses and their faces towards each other in such a beautiful way. Like, I'm like this, and you see gradually these baby fishes start growing. So if they come and they start attacking, we've seen last time we were here, I said some have died, right?
Yeah.
And now, no, some of them are the kings of and the queens of the tank are protecting the new people.
Wow.
And so you see them with their nose to each other, putting their nose and my kids say they are communicating, and whatever they are doing, fine,
Right.
but it's working. So when they are not fighting each other, they survive. But every time they attack, they die. So when you use those words at your kids, something in them, it puts a stain in them, internal stain. And when they grow up, they start, oh, my parents are stupid, so it's okay. I can never get anything right. So we need to be careful. Thank you so much for shining light.
All right.
Thank you.
The last one is
embrace your unique beauty.
Embracing your unique beauty.
What else can we say about that?
Nothing.
Love yourself.
Love yourself just the way you are.
Yeah. You're created in God's image. So
show up as you. Whichever way you are.
Yes.
Just, it's you.
Our foreheads are not the same. You see? Our
show
hair,
up.
not the same. Our nose, not the same.
Not the same.
I wear glasses, you sometimes wear yours. Our fingers are not the same. So
embrace your unique beauty.
So why is it a problem for us to do that sometimes? Just throw some light on this.
We live in such a conformist society.
Okay.
And
what does that mean? Break it down.
Everybody wants to be like everybody.
Why?
And the trends you've seen on social media, I'm not judging, excuse me, but women wanting to have a particular type of body. Everybody wants to just look this way. Why? That everybody has their reasons, whatever makes you happy, but beauty comes from within. When you start to have the mentality.
I have a question.
Before
you go on your mentality,
okay.
Hold on. Because when you say beauty comes from within, what if that person comes and they feel beautiful, they are feeling themselves, then they come inside a group, work in the office with a group of people, and 4 women and 2 guys, and they look at them like, where's she? How does that person feel? How do they internalize that welcome they've given them? Please share, because I need you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, today, yeah. Then I go out there, and the people that I'm supposed to be working with 8 hours, they give me this welcome that I know that, like, is no welcoming at all. How do I internalize that for the next 7 hours?
It's the trio.
Okay.
They go hand in hand.
Okay.
Self-worth. Self-confidence. And self-esteem.
Okay, now continue with the point you are making. Thank you.
Those 3 things?
Yes.
Whatever you do, you have to make sure that those things are unshakable.
Guarded. Right?
Guarded. Your self-worth. Your self-worth has nothing to do with anybody's opinion.
Okay.
Your self-worth is how you see yourself, what you think of yourself, and what you feel like you're worthy of, what you're deserving of. So if you feel like I'm deserving of love, I'm deserving of kindness, I'm deserving of being happy, that's your self-worth. Your confidence, your self-confidence is your belief in yourself to be able to take action and do the things you want to do. Believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, Sia, for other people to believe in you. And going back to what we said about confidence, people see confidence. Okay. They see it, they smell it, they perceive it. And lastly, your self-esteem. Okay. Self-esteem is how you carry yourself. That image that you project to people. So when you're in an environment and people are looking like, and they're talking, and maybe you're not the favorite, this is where your self-worth kicks in. Okay. I know who I am. Okay. My confidence, you can say whatever you want to do, but I know the things I can do. And then my self-image, this is me. That's it. Okay. So so going back to what we were saying about, you have to, there would never be I think we said this before, there would never be another you. No. There would never be another me in this exact form, in this exact form. No. That is very powerful. That is what, if you want to do whatever you want to do to make yourself happy, yes. But those things do not necessarily have anything to do with your true beauty. No. Because I've seen women and men on the outside who oh my God, drop dead gorgeous, like beautiful women, handsome men, but their character, toxic. How they treat people, horrible. The true beauty, honestly, is in the love you give, the kindness, the joy, the hope. Because after all of this life is said and done, what's left?
So embrace your beauty.
So embrace your beauty, just the way you are.
Embrace it. Love yourself.
Yeah.
And love others. Love. Let love prevail.
That's it.
And then the act prompts, how are you showing up? What image are you presenting?
Yep.
What is your relationship with those around you? I love the what is your relationship with those around you. We have to pay attention to that. Yeah. You're not an island. You are not an island. So pay attention to your relationship with those around you. And also, in closing, we have to be skillful when we show up.
Yep.
We have to be smart when we show up.
Yep.
We have to be intentional when we show up.
Yeah.
We have to be confident when we show up.
Yeah.
We have to be presentable when we show up.
Yeah.
And mostly, we must be intentional when we show up. So with all of that, we have to pay attention. Being intentional, meaning that I have the understanding, the inkling to know that where I'm going, how I'm going, what I am, who I am, definitely it's not just for me in my four corners of my home. It's also the representation of what God says I am.
Beautiful.
So no matter what,
oh my God, say that again. The representation of what?
Of what God says I am.
Yes.
Everything that God says I am, that's what I hold on to. So how do you show up? How have you been showing up? Do you care for yourself? Do you care for those around you?
Yes.
Do you step up with that confidence and humility? Are you waiting to show that, no, I have integrity, yes, and I will do the right thing? I am authentic in everything I do. Yep. Are you dressing for the part? Yep. Every day, do you dress for the part? Do you put on the armor of God? How do we show up?
How are you showing up?
How are you showing up? It's even a mindset. It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. How are you showing up?
With everything we've said, all I've realized that this thing is a mindset, Lara.
How do you show up? How do you show up? Going back, I think we had mentioned this in one of the videos where people already have a set yes, mindset of, this is me. This is who I am. This is what yes, I do. This is what people think of me. And I'm just going to be this way because this is me. No, if that is not aligning or is not working or is not taking you to the place where you need to be, it's your life. At any point in time, you can change.
That's it.
You can choose to be whoever you want to be, whenever you want to be. It's one life.
However, just be authentic, right?
Just be authentic. Just be yourself.
Okay. So if I'm doing something that doesn't work, be myself.
Be yourself.
Okay, Lara. So what do you want to tell our people?
The last thing I just want to talk about, is what is your relationship with those around you? Mm-hmm. That is very important.
Yes.
I've had interactions with people where everybody but them is the problem. So when everybody is a problem, but you got to check yourself. You got to check yourself. I'm just going to leave it there. When this one's a problem and that one's a problem and this one's a problem and that one's a problem and everybody else is a problem but you, it gets to a point where you have to say, okay, what is my relationship with other people and how am I presenting myself? What image, what is my character? What is my behavior towards other people? And I think we've done a good job today of explaining to people the importance of showing up verbally and non-verbally, in terms of your character, your mannerisms, how you present as a light of God and in truth and in love. So we hope that this has been a blessing to you. And till next time. See ya. Anything else?
See you at the top. And thank you for showing up.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching us.
Bye.
We love you.
We love you.
Thank you for the comments, the likes, everything. Thank you.
And keep sharing. Please subscribe and share.
And subscribe. Okay.